In the silent chambers of solitude lie the most profound instructions of life in man or woman. Today we discover the enigmatic trends of those who are seeking these chambers, not out of fear or sadness, however, from a preference for profound internal strength and peace. 1. Self-sufficiency. In the Stoic framework, that self-sufficiency, autarkeia, transcends mere physical or monetary independence. It signifies a deep-seated resilience and completeness of the inner self. Epictetus, a respected Stoic truth seeker, proclaimed, quote, "Freedom is the handiest worth intention in lifestyles. It is won by brushing off matters that lie beyond our control." Folks who select solitude, self-sufficiency method, not relying on outside validation or companionship to validate one's experience of worth or happiness. It includes cultivating an internal fort in which serenity and contentment live, impervious to the outside fluctuations of fortune and the critiques of others. They locate profound power in their potential to manage and nurture their international, making them no longer only resilient in instances of isolation but empowered by it. This trait encourages individuals to look inward for his or her source of power, to rely much less on the ephemeral and often unpredictable outside supports, and more on their own motive, values, and competencies. It is ready being content material with who one is and what one has, at the same time as nevertheless striving to develop and improve from a place of self-attractiveness and expertise. Embracing self-sufficiency, the solitary Stoic practice is what Marcus Aurelius recommended, quote, "Be content material to seem what you certainly are, without honest or desired." Such an exercise isn't always of arrogance or pride, however, of a quiet self-assurance that something is wanted for happiness and peace comes from inside, now not from without. 2. Introspection holds a respected place in Stoic philosophy, serving as a critical pathway to self-know-how and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, eloquently emphasized the significance of this trait in his Meditations, quote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or extra untroubled retreat than in his very own soul." Quote, for individuals who decide on solitude, introspection isn't an insignificant activity, however, a deliberate and important exercise for cultivating depth and know-how within oneself. This reflective manner entails examining one's thoughts, impulses, actions, and motivations to ensure they align with Stoic ideas, which include distinctive feature, cause, and the pursuit of the commonplace true. It is through introspection that individuals can filter the noise of external goals and distractions, gaining readability on what clearly subjects living a lifestyles of distinctive feature. Stoic introspection additionally includes a rigorous assessment of one's emotions. By understanding the roots of emotions and their triggers, people can learn to reply with cause and awareness instead of reactive impulses. This is vital in keeping equanimity, a critical tenet of Stoicism. Seneca, another Stoic truth seeker, mentioned the fee of self-cognizance in coping with feelings, quote, "To be able to endure one's own faults is the finest part of distinctive feature." Introspection in solitude fosters a deeper understanding of time-honored truths and the interconnectedness of all existence. By reflecting on their personal reviews and the character of lifestyles, people can cultivate a greater sense of empathy and obligation towards others, regardless of their solitary inclinations. By carving out time for introspection, folks that embody solitude leverage their quiet surroundings as a laboratory for self-development and virtue. They come to be architects of their inner panorama, usually refining it towards the Stoic perfect of a balanced and reflective mind, able to dealing with the vicissitudes of life with grace and poise. 3. Clarity of thought is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, closely emphasized as important for residing a lifestyles of virtue and motive. The Stoics believe that a clean and undisturbed mind results in powerful decision-making and a harmonious life. This is particularly true for those who cherish solitude because it offers an appropriate footing for undistracted thinking and deep reflection. The clear philosopher perspectives the sector objectively, disentangling emotions from records to peer situations as they absolutely are. This intellectual subject is paying homage to the lessons of Epictetus, who suggested, quote, "Don't allow the force of an impression, whilst it first hits you, knock you off your feet. Just say to it, hold on a second, allow me see who you are and what you represent. Let me place you to the take a look at," quote. Such readability prevents rash selections and facilitates one to reply to life's challenges with know-how and composure. In solitude, the thoughts is loose from the regular barrage of societal expectancies and the noise of collective opinion. This surroundings nurtures a kind of mental readability that lets in for profound knowledge and insight. Those who interact in solitary mirrored image can have a look at their thoughts and ideals, discard what is unnecessary or untrue, and toughen what's beneficial and honest. Moreover, clarity of idea includes simplifying one's life to awareness on what simply subjects. Marcus Aurelius highlighted the advantages of this approach in his Meditations, quote, "Very little is needed to make a happy existence. It's miles all within yourself, on your way of wondering," quote. By prioritizing simplicity and important values, the solitary truth seeker guarantees that their mental power is not wasted, however directed towards significant pastimes and self-improvement. Ultimately, clarity of concept cultivated in solitude results in a life that is not best considerate and reasoned, but also serene and content material. The solitary man or woman learns to navigate the complexities of existence with a clean, purposeful mind, ever aligned with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. 4. Emotional resilience is a fundamental element of Stoicism, emphasizing the capability to bear and adapt to adversity without succumbing to bad feelings. The Stoic philosophy teaches that while we cannot constantly manipulate outside occasions, we will control our reactions to them, thereby maintaining our inner peace and balance. Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, significantly discussed the significance of emotional resilience. In his letters, he shows, quote, "The finest remedy for anger is put off. The impulses of rage can be calmed by using a quick respite," quote, by advocating for a pause among feeling and response. Seneca highlights a key practice in growing emotional resilience, giving oneself time to technique feelings through the lens of motive before appearing. For folks that are seeking for solitude, the quietude serves as a first-rate floor for practicing this Stoic field. In their moments on my own, people can better take a look at their emotional responses, understand their brief nature, and learn how to detach from the emotional sway they could in any other case exert. This self-observatory space lets in for a deeper knowledge of why certain emotions emerge and how they may be managed or redirected in alignment with one's deeper values and rational thoughts. Moreover, emotional resilience in Stoicism is not approximately suppression or avoidance of emotions, but approximately transforming one's cording with one's feelings. It entails acknowledging emotions, expertise their supply, after which the usage of Stoic standards, including the dichotomy of manage to maintain them from overwhelming one's motive. As Epictetus famously stated, quote, "It's no longer what happens to you, but how you react to it that's subject," quote. This attitude empowers individuals to not only cope with, however, grow through their challenges, seeing adversity as impossibility to exercise virtues and toughen person. In solitude, the practice of emotional resilience breeds a profound inner electricity, equipping individuals to return to the social world more composed and centered. They develop the fortitude to face life's inevitable demanding situations with grace, guided through information rather than whims of fluctuating feelings. This issue of Stoicism, honed in solitude, enables domesticated lifestyles of tranquility and effectiveness, irrespective of external chaos. 5. Empathy and understanding may additionally seem quite paradoxical trends for those who cherish solitude, but they're deeply ingrained in Stoic philosophy and substantially improved by using durations of mirrored image on my own. Stoicism teaches that human beings are manifestations of the identical well-known purpose, and as such, fostering empathy isn't simplest virtuous but herbal in seeking greater concord with this familiar reason. Seneca, a Stoic luminary, underscored this connection between solitude and empathy in his Contemplations, quote, "When you spot some other struggling, understand that he is not at fault. His errors owe plenty to the human condition. Share his ache, forgive him his trespasses, overlook his errors." Quote, in solitude, people have the unique possibility to step lower back from the immediacies and distractions of daily interactions and keep in mind the broader human and enjoy a perspective that cultivates deep empathy. This reflective practice allows one to understand and relate to feelings and motivations of others greater profoundly. By inspecting their very own responses and judgments in isolation, human beings can venture and refine their perceptions of others. This introspective work facilitates dissolve limitations of false impression and prejudice, main to a greater compassionate method whilst attractive with the world. Moreover, the Stoic workout of thinking about the interconnectedness of all things, such as human experiences, promotes a feel of obligation for others' welfare. Marcus Aurelius reasoned, quote, "What isn't always true for the swarm isn't right for the bee." Quote, this metaphor highlights the significance of empathy. Within the Stoic view, each man or woman's nicely being is interconnected, and expertise this connection is important for the concord of the complete. Thus, solitude does not decrease empathy, alternatively, it deepens it. Those who invest time in solitude harness their insights to foster a greater know-how and empathy once they step back into social settings. They go back now not best greater attuned to others' feelings and views, but additionally ready with the Stoic virtues of kindness and mutual recognize, equipped to act no longer out of self-hobby, however, for the commonplace top. 6. Independence in thought and movement is a valuable guideline of Stoicism, advocating for the liberty from external effects and the braveness to live by one's very own rational and ethical judgments. This best helps no longer only private boom but additionally ethical integrity and resilience in the face of societal pressures. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus stressed the importance of intellectual independence, quote, "If you wish to be a writer, write." This simple directive emphasizes that one need to no longer just passively aspire to positive beliefs or consequences, however actively engage in them, exercising autonomy over one's movements and selections. For a person who values solitude, this method reinforces the empowerment that comes from self-reliance, encouraging them to put into effect their values and selections in day-by-day life without undue reliance on the approval or validation of others. In Stoicism, independence also method no longer being enslaved with the aid of one's passions or outside occasions. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, quote, "You have strength over your thoughts, no longer out-of-doors activities. Realize this, you may locate power by specializing in internal rather than outside manipulate. People cultivate a robust feel of self-governance, allowing them to navigate life's United States of America and downs with equanimity. Solitude fosters this independence through offering a space loose from instant judgments and impacts, in which you can reflect, examine, and determine without distraction. It allows individuals to plan on their ideas and the way they need to use them, as opposed to simply reacting to outside instances or conforming to societal expectancies. Furthermore, independence in concept ends in actual movements, aligning one's outside behaviors with inner values. This congruence among belief and conduct is key to living a virtuous Stoic existence, as it guarantees that one's actions are continually guided with the aid of purpose and ethical issues, as opposed to impulses or conformity. Therefore, for the ones attracted to solitude, independence in thought and motion isn't pretty much self-sufficiency, however is deeply connected to the moral measurement of living surely in line with one's reasoned judgments. This Stoic practice enriches their lives by way of instilling a profound experience of purpose, autonomy, and integrity. 7. Appreciation of simplicity is a foundational concept in Stoic philosophy, valued for its ability to free individuals from unnecessary goals and complexities that can cloud judgment and happiness. This principle encourages locating contentment and peace in a lifestyle unburdened via excess, aligning with the wider Stoic pursuit of virtue over delight. The Stoic truth seeker Epictetus recommended for a way of life that prioritizes necessities, suggesting, quote, ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? This displays a proactive approach to simplicity, ensuring that one's movements, possessions, and mind serve a reason and make contributions positively to one's existence, instead of detract from it. For people who discover refuge in power and solitude, simplicity becomes not only a practice, however, a profound issue in their surroundings. In solitude, the distractions of current lifestyles consisting of consumerism, social fame, and consistent connectivity fall away, permitting deeper engagement with the essential aspects of lifestyles. This allows a clearer perspective on what virtually enriches one's revel in and fosters inner fulfillment. Moreover, the Stoic appreciation of simplicity isn't simply about physical or material minimalism. It extends to emotional and psychological realms, advocating for simplicity in a single's desires and targets. Marcus Aurelius captured this idea fantastically, writing, quote, very little is needed to make a glad existence. It is all within yourself. For your manner of questioning, quote, this mindset allows people focus on internal growth and the improvement of virtues like understanding, justice, braveness, and moderation. By embracing simplicity, people who experience solitude can cultivate an existence that is not simplest, much less encumbered by way of outside demands, but additionally richer in that means and satisfaction. This simplicity lets in them to concentrate on self-improvement, network contribution, and the pursuit of understanding middle elements of Stoic happiness. In working towards this Stoic principle, they discover robust resilience and joy within the readability and reason simplicity brings to their lives. 8. Courage in the face of internal demons is a central characteristic that it echoes throughout Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the importance of facing and overcoming personal fears, weaknesses, and shortcomings. This courageous effort is crucial to personal growth, namely Stoic faith consistent with cultivating his character and virtue as the path to a perfect life. Stoicism is not immune to the struggles of introspection. Rather, it encourages individuals to constantly examine their thoughts and actions and challenges themselves to improve and strengthen their moral fabric. The thought of Marcus Aurelius often considers statements such as, if you are troubled by something external, it is not this thing that troubles you, but your own judgment about it, and then it is in your power to erase this judgment. The words emphasize the Stoic notion that facing inner challenges is not only an act of courage, but also a necessary step to gain control of one's thoughts and reactions. For those who appreciate solitude, the tranquility and seclusion provide the ideal setting for this cozy indoor project. Solitude allows for uninterrupted reflection, where one can confront one's own mistakes and unresolved issues without being distracted or judged by others. This environment fosters deeper introspection and helps individuals to see, understand, and eat the roots of their inner conflict. Additionally, Stoic practices such as daily self-reflection or journaling, known as conscientiousness, are tools to facilitate this courageous journey. These practices contribute to a heartfelt connection to oneself. It was authentic, enhancing and decisively his ability to openly confront fear and moral failings. 9. Mindfulness and the present moment. Mindfulness and specializing in the prevailing moment are key aspects of Stoic philosophy that resonate with the teachings across various awareness traditions. Stoicism teaches the importance of residing consistent with nature, which includes embracing the existing absolutely and recognizing that the only time truly beneath our manage is the cutting-edge. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic truth seeker, emphasized this with the declaration, Do now not seek to have occasions occur as you need them to, but alternatively need them to happen as they do take place, and your lifestyles will cross well. This announcement encapsulates the Stoic commitment to accepting the existing situations with equanimity, and that specialize in one's response to those instances as the realm of private strength and freedom. For folks who practice solitude, mindfulness in the present turns into even extra handy. Solitude presents the peace and detached surroundings important for deep awareness, unfastened from the usual distractions and pressures of social interactions and each-day duties. In such settings, people are better capable of have a look at their mind, apprehend their transient nature, and gain insights into the workings in their minds. Practicing mindfulness includes strategies which include deep, conscious respiratory or meditation, which assist anchor the thoughts inside the present-day second. This exercise can also include the Stoic exercising of premeditatio malorum, in which one visualizes ability challenges or adversities as a manner of mentally making ready for and accepting them, must they arise. By prioritizing the present, practitioners can acquire a extra stable and serene intellectual country, gaining readability and insight. This consciousness at the on-the-spot additionally helps within the cultivation of gratitude, as it directs attention to what one has rather than what one lacks or fears dropping. Marcus Aurelius highlighted this whilst he advised, quote, "When you rise up in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to experience, to love." Thus, mindfulness and the point of interest on the prevailing moment are not simply practices for non-public contentment, however, also are strategic sporting events in fostering resilience, readability, and a deeper engagement with life. They are loved gear inside the Stoic arsenal for residing wisely and nicely. 10. Leadership from an idea that aligns well with Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of self-control and personal integrity as the foundation of effective leadership. Stoicism advocates leading by example and displays qualities such as wisdom, justice, showed courage and self-control in his actions. Stoic philosophers often describe the qualities of a good leader, focusing on internal rather than external forces. For example, Marcus Aurelius, the emperor himself, emphasized the importance of discipline and responsibility in leadership. The best revenge is not to be your enemy. He advocated equality and control over one's emotions and desires, showed teaching that the concept of internal leadership includes a deeper understanding of one's motivations and the ongoing development of self-awareness. This internal perspective helps leaders identify their biases, strengths, and weaknesses, and facilitates thoughtful and inclusive decision-making. By practicing regular self-reflection and self-criticism, leaders can improve their ability to respond effectively and efficiently to challenges and conflicts. Furthermore, Stoicism promotes the concept of a transnational leader, someone who sees himself as part of a larger group of people and makes decisions with a sense of global responsibility. This approach encourages leaders to measure impact, the breadth that their actions will have, giving themselves a compassionate and universal form of leadership. Leadership from individuals living in solitude provides a unique opportunity to cultivate these principles in a calm and meaningful way. Solitude allows uninterrupted and flexible reflection on one's beliefs and values, which is essential for truly principled and transformative leadership. By developing internal leadership, individuals embed the qualities they want to see in others, promoting a leadership model that is not only effective but more ethical and motivating. This approach is not that it not only promotes individual fulfillment, but contributes positively to the wider community, encompassing the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with society. As we journey through life's lonely moments, let us remember the words of the great philosopher Marcus Aurelius: "You only need these, a resolution of justice in the present moment that will serve the common good in the present moment, and an attitude of gratitude for whatever happens to you in the present moment."